In today's video, I take my first steps into getting back into the competitive Pokemon TCG by buying a lot of packs of Pokemon Sword and Shield and building some decks. Let's get started. Corviknight. I cannot wait till we get a Corviknight VMAX. That'll be busted. Yo, Frisk, what's going on? Steven cheats to get OP cards. He hacked the game. Aw, dude, did I? I don't know, man. Ooh, we got a reverse holo. Dude, the reverse holos look so good. I haven't seen a single card. Oh my god! Yes, what did I just say? I just said I wanted Zacian's, baby. Oh, baby. That is a beautiful looking card. I'll tell you what. I think that card's in the Mewtwo deck that I want to build, so awesome. Wooloo is so cute. Oh! Oh! Hello, shiny card. That is nice. Go. Oh my god, I got the, not you, I got the double pair of doggos. That's cool. I got double doggos, baby. Let me do my drum roll thing. I haven't done that in a while. Oh! It always works, baby. Always works. Oh my god. Look at that. Holy crap. Once we get that 50 left, I'm gonna look at my collection and I'm gonna look at what decks I can build, and then we're gonna go from there. I haven't pulled a single. Oh! We got a full art. Yay! I wish Bidoof was in Sword and Shield, the card. Ooh, full art Lapras V. Hello, Pokemon. Aurora Energy, perfect. Another Stonejourner VMAX, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my god! Not you. Ooh! A third Zacian V! I don't think I need any more than that. Who plays 4 Zacians? I pulled 2 of these effers, dude. Oh my god. By the way, guys, I saw this thing. Like, I don't know. Ooh, a Lapras VMAX. Nice. I saw. Come on. Give me the stones. Oh! I was too early on the drum roll. That's the last pack, baby. Alright, everyone, as I'm sure you guys just saw from that little compilation that I made at the beginning of the video, I bought 100 plus packs of Pokemon Sword and Shield, and I opened them over on PTCGO, and I got some insane pulls. And with those insane pulls, plus a little bit of the extra packs that I had left over, around like 20-ish packs, I was able to trade away all that stuff that I didn't want and get the stuff that I did want. And the stuff that I did want were things to build decks like Malamar, Mewtwo, Blacephalon, all kinds of stuff like that that's in the current format. The only deck that I don't have enough cards for really is ADP, but I really don't want to play ADP anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I might get them eventually, so there's no really big deal about it. And I thought a really good way for me just to get back into the competitive format was going to be just to do like a trial by fire, you know? Pick one deck that I want to play with today and then just go do a bunch of games, and that's what I did over on stream. Some things went well, some things went horribly wrong, so I'm like, oh, that card exists? Oh, this is a deck? Oh, I didn't know what this was, you know, and I thought that was really interesting, and it was kind of embarrassing, actually, but I was able to kind of grind my way back in, and I was starting to think smarter about the game the more that I played. In today's video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show off 2 of the decks that I was able to build, one of them being Blacephalon and one of them being Malamar, and I'm going to play one game with them each, and I'm going to talk about all the things that I'm noticing about the decks and about the format as a whole, and I'll go over the deck list, of course, at the very end of the videos. Also, this is a good time to point out that if you guys are new to the channel, you don't know who I am, my name is Steven. I'm the true champion Steven. I do all kinds of TCG-related content here on the channel, like competitive TCG talks, deck lists, meta discussions, stuff like that. So feel free to ask me any questions you guys have down in the comments below, and if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell for notifications, so that way you guys know when my videos go live for you. And now with all that being said, let's go ahead and hop into the battles. Alright guys, here we are in our first game. I'm going to be playing with Blacephalon, and we're fighting against Dark Psychic Metal. Gosh, I don't know what this could be. Is Darkbox still a deck? I don't feel like Darkbox is a deck anymore, but hey, with the competitive format over, people are just having fun now, so who knows what people are building. But I'm playing this Blacephalon deck. Let's see if we can make it happen. Fun fact, actually, I actually played Blacephalon at the North American International Championships in 2019. I ended up missing my win and in for day 2, and I was very sad. Oh, of course, he's playing Obstagoon. What's the strategy against Obstagoon again? So Obstagoon stops basic Pokemon from attacking him. The way that we get around that is by using cards like, we'll be able to attack him first, thanks to Welder, and be really, we win, so, yeah, I feel bad now. I feel like we just, but yeah, we just won the game, so, whoops. Yeah, there's no way we lose. I have the Welder plus the Fiery Flint. Sweet, so we won that game. That's awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and get another game in, guys, because I feel bad that, that this happened, but hey, I guess that's the price you pay when you pick a deck that you know, and you can't like use a supporter card turn 1. Like, this is the kind of stuff that's like scary for these evolution type decks. Like, you want to go first, but if you don't set up enough Pokemon, these really aggressive decks like Blacephalon and Mewtwo, like, they're just gonna roll right through you if you don't get enough Pokemon in play. Like, there's 250 damage, and that's a GG. All right, I'll bring you guys game number 2 for Blacephalon. I was planning on only playing 1, but yeah, that was pretty fast. So one more game coming up right now. Alright guys, here's our second game with the Blacephalon GX deck. Sorry, Blacephalon deck. I'm so used to saying GX. Let's see if our opponent can have a bit better start than the one they had last time. Like I was saying, I do love this deck. I've played this deck before. It's very similar to the one that I used to play at the North American International Championships. Even more so, because I used to play the Salazzle version of this deck. And this deck actually has a lot more draw power in it, built in by Pokemon with cards like Zacian V and Oricorio. So having that extra draw engine I'm used to having in my Blacephalon deck. So hopefully we can figure it out and actually have a decent matchup now against our opponent. I saw a bunch of fire and who knows what else in that deck, so let's see what we're dealing with here. And we're not starting too hot. I think I'll choose to put up Mew in most scenarios is almost really good, because like Bikini most of the time can't do any damage early game. So yeah, I'm gonna choose to put up Mew to have access to some damage. I think we're going second. I think my opponent chose to go first. I don't know. I didn't see that. I was too busy talking to myself. And we're playing against Mincino Mill, most likely. So that's exciting. Good thing I started Mew then, actually. Mew's actually a really good starter in this kind of scenario, because I can just start pinging around damage counters all day and figure out a way to win without actually taking any prize cards and limiting my opponent to the ability to, you know, have Lieutenant Surges is actually really good. I might actually just Welder to my Mew to draw more cards. I mean, I don't see a reason not to bench. Well, the problem with that is that if I don't draw an energy, right, I'm banking on me getting an energy. So I'm going to choose to attach the Welder to Mew. I will bench the Victini now just to show my opponent that I do have it, and I didn't get an energy, so I'm really glad that I did it this way. I'm going to discard Oricorio because this card's literally useless in this matchup and always will be. I'm going to get Cramorant. Well, I could get Zacian, but I'm not going first, so I'd rather just get Cramorant here. I could have gotten Jirachi and like switch, but there's no point in me like going for supporters because like, it doesn't matter. Like, I have all the time in the world against this guy. I'm gonna start pinging some Mincinos, and the way we win this game, it's gonna be pretty boring to watch. I'm so sorry that this is actually happening, but the way that's gonna work is I'm just gonna target all the Mincinos that he's got with my Psi Power Mew, and just eventually until to the point where I can knock out like all of them that he has in play, and then that's when we move in for the big Demaglios. These decks tend to run cards like Mewtwo, and Macargo, so if he ever benches the Mewtwo, we can actually take all 6 of our prizes that way. If he benches like 3 Mincinos, which they've been known to have 2 to 3, I think is like the most that they would have. But for now, I think he doesn't have really any. There's a Crushing Hammer. I have Fire Crystal. I have infinite energy recovery as long as he doesn't play something like Wobbuffet or something. So we should be okay. And there's the Intrepid Sword just to pass. Okay, Intrepid Sword. That's how you say words, Steven. And there's the little Jirachi combo that you like to see. I think I might go for the Cramorant Beak Crash here. No, I think it's better just to go like this and just, you know, keep pushing some buttons here. Like, hey, I'll knock out this Zacian and this Mincino. Like I'll sit here and just keep side powering all day. You know what I mean? Like my opponent, like not giving my opponent the ability to play Lieutenant Surge stops their way to win. Basically, it stops them from being able to just like go big with anything. And I don't see how they beat Mew without me, you know, doing stuff like this. So there's Crushing Hammers, more just stuff like that. But we have like so much energy recovery in this deck that it's not really going to be a big deal, even if he does get that off. There's the Make Do, but he benched another Mincino, so we're just going to start targeting that now. Tag call, probably gonna get some. Yep, Bryson Man, Caitlyn, makes sense. Do these decks have a way to force me to take a prize card? I don't think so. I don't think they have like a self-damaging attack at all that I know of. So there goes another energy. I'm gonna be forced to go into Draja this turn, but that's no big deal. I can discard Beastbringer and whatever else I want. If I get a Fiery Flint, I can get an energy retrieval. I could get all kinds of stuff. A Welder would be useless, which is ironic. Oh, there's another Mincino. So now we have lots of prize cards on the board. It'll just take us a long time to get them. That's the part that sucks. A long time to get them, but it's okay. I mean, my opponent can always deck themselves out. You never know. I've seen people like straight up Bryson Min themselves to death because they didn't think about how many cards they had left. Oh yeah, definitely gonna discard those cards. I'll tell you what. And no Flint, but I did get a Fire Crystal, which is good enough for me. Like, the deck is like, I have like 14 energies in this deck, so I'm very shocked I'm not just like top decking energy, but it will come to a point where I'm doing that, so it's fine. 1, 2, and 1. So people that I know who play against me are super greedy. They would have taken that knockout, but if you take that knockout, you actually unlock their entire deck for them. So the smarter play is just to sit here, save your resources, make sure that they can't bother you too much, and go after him. That's his 4th Crushing Hammer. Let's see if he hits it. That's 3 heads he's hit, guys. I'm just letting you guys know. That's a little salty. A little salt right there for me. All right, that's fine. But again, I have tons of ways to recycle energy in this deck, more than he has to probably discard energies. And he's obviously not attacking with a Rangaroo anytime soon. Chaotic Swells kind of doesn't really matter to me. I don't really care. I only have 1 Stadium card, I think, which is Heat Factory, which I don't think really matters too much in this matchup. It could matter late game if I'm like digging for cards and I need to like get a victory. But I mean, like, I doubt that's happening anytime soon. I'll tell you what does need to happen pretty soon, though, is my opponent needs to start attacking with a Rangaroos if he's smart. Because he's going through his whole deck right now. Now, obviously, we can't win by going through with this side power strategy if he does start resource managing and stuff, but there's another side power. 1, 2, 3. And now it's his turn. This is the idea, man. We're just gonna take as many knockouts as we can with side power. Like it'll get to a point where these things all have 80 HP. Sorry, all have 10 HP left, and we just kill all 3 of them. Boom. All gone. I will probably, though, stack more damage up on other Pokemon before I even take the knockouts. Like if I don't see my opponent going for something like really big, I'm not even gonna bother with anything until I'm like ready. I'll put damage counts on this thing until it's 10 away. You know what I mean? Like, I'll do that. Like, that's how long I'm gonna be in this. Like, my opponent has 0 cards in his deck already. Obviously, he has the Pokédoll to put back, but it's still funny just to see him have 0 cards for, like, no reason. It's nice to go Bryson Man, start discarding me. He hasn't discarded anymore. There's the Pal Pad. I mean, he has infinite ways to recycle these things, but, I mean, infinite isn't, like, he doesn't have infinite amount of time, because I just go like this. You know what I mean? I will take as many knockouts as I possibly can from all these guys, and then I'll take more knockouts if he can't KO my Mew. You know, like, I don't think it'll get to the point where it's, like, super bad. Plus, I always have Victini. So, like, if he discards so many things, I still have energies to discard to put back in my deck, and then I can just go back to mewing and stuff. So, like, you never know, man. Like, I just don't see my opponent walking out of this scenario. I feel really bad. I'm not really showing off the way the deck normally plays, but, you know, you kind of saw how it played earlier when we KO'd the 6 Junio. Get a lot of energy in his hand, blow it up. This deck isn't that complicated to use. It has a lot more tools, though, nowadays than maybe it used to. Like cards like Cramorant and Mew being able to target things on the bench. It kind of makes it feel like Malamar to me, and I really like that, because I like Malamar, as you guys know. And I'm sure you guys will see in a second when I show you guys that deck. So there's the guy. There's the big monkey. There's the guy. That's the boil right there. I wonder if my opponent will be desperate enough to actually Profound Knowledge and KO my Mew. That would be so funny to me. I don't think he'll do that, but the Crushing Hammers, that's an interesting choice. I don't want to attach anything to the active now, though. I will attach to Victini, though. And the reason for that is that I want to make him use those. Besides, like, this deck, like, getting rid of my energies with this, like, against this deck, it doesn't seem too practical, if you know what I mean. Like, it doesn't seem like the way to win if you're him. Now, the question is, I have all my prize cards in play, so I think a series of plays that I could make is I could just start pinging damage on the Zacian, which I kind of want to do. Because if I ping damage on the Zacian, that's what, 8 turns to kill it, right? If I do that 8 turns, Do I have 8 turns? I'm gonna do 8 turns. 8 turns times 3 is 24. I drop, it's 20, that's 23 too. Yeah, I don't have time to do that. I do, however, have time to go, like, KO the Oranguru and KO 2 Chinchinos, and then just bring up Big Teeny. I could do that. That's definitely a play that I have access to. I'm just trying to understand the bet. I think honestly the best play might just be to kill the 3 Cinccino's, and just get rid of his draw engine entirely, and the next turn just KO the Oranguru by using all the fire energy that are in my discard. That honestly is probably the better play to do. But you know, who's here for better plays? I want to see if stuff works. So there's my Welder Gun. Do I have my Palpad in here? No, Palpad's still in the deck, so that's good. Only needs an energy, and I can go 3 here, and then it's his turn again. And he's forced to resource management, by the way. He is forced to resource management. He cannot do anything else. That was interesting. What was this? Oh, he discarded 3 cards from his hand. If you do, each player discards their bench until they have 3 Pokemon. Ooh, interesting.
Hey guys, post-production Steven here. Sorry for this little cut, but my opponent decides to do this little Bryson Man combo of his and loop like his Orangaroos back and forth for like 10 minutes, and it's really annoying, so I decided to just fast forward through it because it's honestly just wasting my time and your time to watch this thing fully. I'm so sorry about this, but don't worry, we're getting to the good stuff right after the cuts are over. I will mention, however, that within these cuts, he hits 4 Crushing Hammers in a row with heads. Still kind of salty about it, but you know what? It's Pokemon. What can you do? So sorry, guys. Hopefully something like this never happens again. Malamar is still coming up, but in the meantime, let's get to the good stuff. Wow.
Alright, we're gonna do it now that I see his little strategeries. I'm not gonna just like let him stand for that. Obviously he's not using those anymore, but now we're forcing him to be like, let's see you hit that heads this turn. You only have 1 now, I believe. Oh my god, he hit it again! He hit it again, guys! Are you serious right now? What the heck? Dude, if he is seriously banking on me not being able to switch this Mew, and that's the only thing that I could have been doing, I'm kind of mad that I haven't been doing it this long. I'm kind of mad I've just been sitting here most of the time. Just going for the Psy Power stuff. Yeah, guys, I will fast forward. I'm probably fast forwarding to this stuff right now. I apologize if I'm wasting anyone's time with what I've been doing, but oh my goodness gracious. Okie dokie, artichoke. There's the welder. Now the question is how many energies are in my deck. Oh, let's hope enough. 3. 3 is enough, if you ask me. And there's the infinity, baby! That's the way it works. 10 energies back in my deck. His resource managements are both gone. Boom. Ugh. Now he Bryson Mans, it's out of here. So, let's see what he's got up his sleeve now. All I see is a Zacian in the active, which is not good. I also see a air balloon's gone, correct? I think he put an air balloon back. Are you serious? If he gets a heads... Are you serious right now? That's actually insane. The bright side is that he's just making my... You know what? At this point, he's making my Infinity strong. You know what? Hit those heads, boy. Go ahead. Hit them. Hit all the heads you want. Hit them. Go ahead. Oh my goodness gracious. Alright, let's see if there's a better play than the one that I'm thinking of doing. The one that I'm thinking of doing is just Welder to the active and just go for Infinity again. Draw as many cards as I can. The second play I'm thinking of is Bench. How many switch are in my deck? Because I would need to get a switch for this play to work. I have two potentially. I have two potentially in my deck. So if I can switch into Blacephalon, blow this boy up, he's forced to promote the Mew. He has to find a way to retreat, which he has, and he has the Pokédoll. But then I can just win by sniping the Mew eventually. Other play is I don't have nearly enough to KO this thing. I have 4. I'll do 80 damage. Sorry, I'll do 160 damage. If I can discard 2 more, I just need to discard 1 more energy somehow, which I think is very possible for me to do. You know what? Let's just go for this. I think this is the best play. This lets me attach to the Mew this turn anyway. How many do I have in here? Is there a way for me to do this? Let's see. 4. Can I discard it all? Oh wait, I have this to win. Oh, yeah. If I got this knockout, I would have just got him in the face and won the game. But now it's a bit harder. I'm still gonna do this though, because now I can just use Mew to poke him and just get the knockouts with these guys. But because he's now forced to go like I don't know, like what's his play to get cards back in his deck? I don't understand. Like he's gonna retreat into the Pokédoll, I get that, and then like it's safe. But like, where's he get more cards? You know, and he can crush. Like, unless he hits. Oh my God! How many crushing hammers is that in the row, guys? Can someone please let me know in the comments how many crushing hammers that was in a row? Oh my God, that's crazy. Double Bryson, man. But like, you're just giving me more fire energies in there. Oh, my switch and my pal pad. Wow. I'm just gonna top deck fire energies now. That's annoying. So the question is like, wait a second. Here's my thing though. How does he draw cards? You know what I mean? He can't draw cards. So if I just retreat into Mew, and I like ping Mew twice, you know what I mean? Like how does he win? You know what I mean? Like, oh, duh. That's how he draws cards. That's how he draws cards. Right. Yep. Man, if I just killed this thing, it was over. I'll tell you what. If I just killed that, it was over. Oh man, this is so frustrating. If I just need 1 more energy. Sorry, 2 more energies, I think. No, 6 would be 240, and then minus 40 would be 200. He was at 10. Yeah, I needed 2 more energies in the discard pile, man. Super close. And he's hit like how many crushing hammers heads does this guy hit? Like all of them? It's honestly nuts. Surge. Can't believe he has a double pow pad loop going right now. Crazy. Well, that's 3 fires back. Like, do I lose? Like unless he can discard my energies. Like, he just discarded 6 energy cards, guys. So I'm just gonna get 6 energy cards back in my deck, and he can't get back Pokédolls unless he does that. And he's gonna put 2 fires back in. He's doing a lot of stuff now, and he doesn't have ways to draw cards besides Zacian. So he has the Zacian this turn, and in this turn, didn't even pop out the cards back in. There's no supporters in there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, and now I'm forced to just go this. Is there a reason to attach? I think is there a reason to attach this energy? I don't think there is. No, there is not. Boom. Infinity. I see no reason not to just keep infinitying my opponent. My deck is just fire energies at this point. You know, if he can't stop Victini from attacking, I win the game. I'm pretty sure. But he can't resource management and Intrepid Sword. Surge's strategies. He's gonna play like Caitlyn, right? Caitlyn that. Bryson, man. Okay, 3. more fires back in my deck. There's that again. Is that 4 Bryson Man in there? Oh, there is 4. Dang. 4 of that stuff? Did you just discard 6 energies? He did. I wonder what my top deck is. Is it a fire? It is. How's he... I don't understand how he wins. I really don't see it. He wins because I don't... I'm 1 prize card short, I think. Like, if I kill this, I just burst GX and I win. You know, like, that's the crazy bit. Like, I KO that, right? Fire. Which is great, but I can't discard it at all. I lost all my ways to discard. I mean, I have 2 Great Catchers in my hand, but I can't use it because he doesn't have any GX in play. But how does he get the... What card did he put on top? He put a Bryson Man on top, right? No, a Lily's Pokédoll. Like, I'm like, how does he get the... If he lets... I'm interested here. Okay, so this turn, I think I win. No, I don't. Wait, no, I do, I think. How does he draw? How does he draw the cards? You know what I'm saying? Like, how does he draw the cards? Because unless he has Cynthia Caitlyn plus Surge in his hand right now, which I don't think is possible. Unless he plays 3 Surge and 3 Cynthia's Caitlyn, that seems like a lot. I think we win just by retreating and burst GX. I really... Well, win's a strong word, because if he gets any of those Crushing Hammers, you might only get 1. Oh, please give me a fire. Oh, that would have been so good if it was a fire energy and I could attach it to the active. Okay, now I'm really interested to see what he does now. Because if I just knock out this Oranguru, I win the game. He has to retreat to the that. Obviously, if he can get double Deuter, he wins. If he can get double Deuter, he wins. But if he can't, he loses. So if he can get double Deuter somehow, he wins. But how does he do it? Show me the double Deuter, and you win. You just lost. I just go mind blown and I win. GG. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my god, that was annoying. I'm gonna have to edit that battle, man. It was so long. Home dog almost timed out. Jesus. But guys, that's how you beat Mill with this deck. It is long and arduous, but you can do it. Alright guys, moving on to the Malamar game. Alright guys, welcome to the Malamar Showcase game. Let's hope that we don't play against another Mill deck, because that would just be frustrating. And really long for the video. Alright, I won the coin flip. I will choose to go first with this deck, because this deck has evolutions, so I want to be able to evolve as fast as possible. And this hand is actually insane. It's not as insane as it could have been, because obviously, if I had a Giratina in my hand, it'd be even better, but I can't use Professor's Research yet. My opponent is, however, playing Mewtwo Mew-GX, so I can just bench this Latios right now and not really be that worse off. I'm going to get this Acrobike, dig my deck a little bit more. Let's see if we can get another Pokemon. Ooh, yes, perfect. Discarding a Psychic Energy and getting access to another Pokemon. I'm going to go ahead and get another Inkay. Now, obviously, my opponent is playing a Mewtwo type deck, it looks like, so obviously they can just go super ham and destroy me, but let's hope they don't do that. And even if they do that, I can just go straight into Latios GX and go for Clear Vision, which is a really easy way for me to win the game. If my opponent cannot get a turn 1 Cross Vision or whatever their new spread attack is and whatever version of this deck they're playing, then we're fine. Which I think is actually the Snivy deck. I think the Snivy attack is the one they use now, which only does 50 damage, which can't KO anything anyway, so it's fine. Oh my goodness, is my opponent playing Mewtwo Malamar? I've heard about this one. I've heard about this one. I've heard people like this one. I feel like it loses to regular Malamar though, because I have access to more non-GX attackers than you do. I also have a little thing called Latios GX, which, you know, the second I attack with Latios GX, it's going to be very difficult for my opponent to set up anything else. That's a Psychic Energy. It must be like a weird version of it because it's not loading for me. But it's a Psychic Energy, so it doesn't matter. I know what it is. How do I win this game? I think I just win this game by doing what I always do against Mewtwo in general, which is Clear Vision GX into Tag Purge. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay, definitely clear. Well, my opponent could turn 1 Horror House, which would be very interesting. all I would need is an energy card, and then for Jirachi to wake up. And then I could beat that kind of play. Yeah. Mewtwo, yeah, I could beat that play if he does that. Otherwise, it would be annoying. It would be very annoying if he just, well, I mean, if he just Horror House in general, it would be annoying, but, so he's just gonna Horror House. Well, what's interesting here is that he doesn't KO Jirachi if he uses Horror House again. Should I do it? I mean, it's trainer, wait, it's trainer cards, right? It's trainer cards, never mind, he does KO Jirachi. Well, now I'm intrigued here. So I definitely just want to use this then. And go for, what's the better one? You're both weak to dark, right? Yeah. I'll get this. This is interesting. I'll just pass. Like, hey, he could have no energies in his hand. You never know. But let's see what he. I mean, that was a good play, I guess. But like, what do you do now? Like, you just take a knockout and shove up this thing that's still weak to psychic against me. You know what I mean? Like, if I just get, like, I have Malamar in my hand. If I get energy plus, you know, any kind of way to, like, I think, like, he has to use his own Latios to try and attack, and doesn't. Wow, 2 Professor's Research back in a row. That's pretty crazy. So I get why this version of the deck is appealing, because, like, if you go second, you can still do stuff, because you have basic attackers that are really good. But yeah, there's the Poltergeist, no attachment, no evolving of anything. My opponent can easily set up a Latios GX, obviously, in response to mine, but I could have a spell tag, which if I get a spell tag this turn, oh, so there's the switch. Okay, so this turn we need a lot of things. This is step 1. I do want this card very much. I'm gonna bench it like right away. I'm gonna go ahead and grab Malamar with this. Evolve Malamar. Get the energy. All we need is an energy off of the top now. Do I want to return those Jirachis? I kind of don't. So, Ordinary Rod sadly doesn't get any value for us this game, which is very heartbreaking. But can we get a spell tag? No spell tag, but I do get a quick ball plus a Jirachi. I feel like it's okay to bench this Jirachi. So normally I'm very abhorrent to benching Jirachis against these kinds of decks, but against Malamar in general. But you know, it's fine right now. Let's see, my opponent's going to tag purge me back, potentially with this. That's his best place. Tag purge me back, but he's allowed to get that done. So let's go with he doesn't do it, and let's respond with something like Mimikyu, because Mimikyu is going to be very good against this kind of deck, because any awesome busted attack he wants to do against me, I can do it right back to him. Also, tag purge, so look, if it, now what's really cool is if I did have the spell tag and he was able to pull off the tag purge, I would be able to still KO the Mewtwo. That's why I really wanted the spell tag that turn. Does this version of Malamar play spell tag? It doesn't look like it does. I haven't revealed spell tag either, and I definitely play 4 of them, so you never know. But I would imagine you still play spell tag, but I mean, you're not really about spreading damage anymore, more about just doing bigger attacks. So, and also Poltergeist does not kill us. He would have to go for this attack, which Night Watch, yes, it is scary because I only have 2 cards in my hand, and my hand would be empty. But I do have a Jirachi, and like all my supporters are still in my deck, so I'm not really too worried about that because it shuffles them back in the deck, right? It doesn't discard them. Yeah, shuffle them back in their deck. Yeah, that's fine. I'm less worried about that. And I bet you this deck is playing pretty light on the energies. Also, he knows that it's better to attack with this than this, because this can always just die. I have a Malamar plus all kinds of other stuff. Plus, I do have Fireworks Bomb, which would be actually pretty busted just to KO his 2 Malamars right there. He plays Mallow Lana. Ooh, that's hot. That's hot. That's a really good play right there. I like that. I like seeing that. I don't think we need Mew in this matchup at all, so I'm just going to yeet it away. Hopefully it does not bite me in the butt, but I really just want as many Malamars as I can. I gotta start doing some damage. My opponent is giving me a lot of good damage here. No spell tag still. That's frustrating. I'll get rid of this because, frankly, I just don't want him to have it. And then I'll attach this here because that seems good. And I'll go for the tag purge. So I'm trying to think here. So this thing gets 2-shot. My opponent has 0 Malamars in play. I feel like this deck is more like Mewtwo with Psychic-type attackers, and then it plays Malamars, you know? Which is why it probably isn't as good as this straight Malamar deck with non-GX attackers and a couple GXs for some techs. Because this thing is not safe. Keep this in mind. This thing's not safe. I have Cramorant right here. Cramorant can KO this whenever I feel like it. So if I KO this Giratina right here, and my opponent KOs me back, I win the game. So if my opponent does not, Gengar, if he doesn't heal this Gengar or get it out of the active right now, he will probably lose. So there's a switch. That's good to see. Is he going to use... He's just going to give me all the... Where's my Did I discard my Great Catcher? Where's my Great Catcher when you need it? I don't want to discard Cramorant, so I will choose to discard. I will, however, discard this Inkay, because that's definitely not needed. And then I'll just go for the Cynthia. Try and get a Spell Tag and or a Great Catcher would be really nice. And neither. Really good to see, man. Go for the Tag Purge. Hey, as long as my opponent's not attacking me, he's not attacking me back. You know, we're both just kind of doing nothing right now, but I feel like I'm pretty set up to win the game. The second I need to dig for something, I have a Professor's Research right here. Boom, I'm gonna go dig for it. So, seems good. My opponent seems to be lacking energy. I seem to be lacking tool cards, which seems very... and there's the victory screen, guys. We defeated the deck anyway. I think the way that that would have rolled out is that my opponent would have passed. I would have hit him. I would have passed again. He would have switched out. I would have hit him, potentially killed something. And then we would have gone to a spiral. But yay, that's... I mean, hey, I think I did really well with Malamar right there. I showed off the ways that I had to win. I pointed out the ways that I can probably progress through the game. Let's go ahead and show off those deck profiles now. Alright guys, here we are, showing up the deck profile for the Blacephalon deck that I played for you guys. It's pretty much a standard Blacephalon deck. You know, you got your Fiery Flinch, your Fire Crystals, your Heat Factory, your 4 Welder, your Pal Pad to get that stuff back. But we have some new tricks in here. We have some new draw engines in Zacian and Oricorio. Oricorio is kind of like a mini teammates type effect. You know, when your Pokemon's knocked out, you can draw 3 cards. Really nice in a non-GX deck to just bench this thing, give it a skateboard, and just draw 3 cards every single time one of your 1 prizes gets knocked out. Really helps you keep up the momentum in the mid game, / deal with some Maris and stuff late game. Having the Lucky Egg is really nice because it basically is the same thing as Oricorio, but it's an item card, can't really be getting rid of. The Beastbringer is a tech that I thought was really weird in the deck, but I think it's actually meant for specific scenarios against Mill, where you can KO, or not even against Mill, but against like any deck that plays tag team Pokemon, so that way you can take 4 prize cards on your first one, and then if they play any V Pokemon, all you have to do is kill that, and you win the game. So that's a really useful way to kind of get extra prize cards, and make it like easier for you to get knockouts, because now you need to only do 2 knockouts instead of like 3 really big knockouts. Lets you save momentum. I like the Jirachi version of the build because it lets you get all kinds of item cards and techs in the deck that are very useful against all the matchups. And Zacian's busted if you go first. And Cramorant's nice to be able to chase stuff, so you can just get rid of the Denes. That's an example too of what I'm talking about. Like, you can use Beastbringer, 4 prize cards, and then just KO a Dedenne with Cramorant, and you win the game. So that's a really nice, easy way to just get easy wins against decks. Maybe they're not expecting the Cramorant, stuff like that. It's also nice to be able to chase stuff that maybe it has like dolls in front of it, so it's a nice little way to counter doll stall. Maybe that is also why the Mew's in here as well. So you can, as I showed you guys before, you can just snipe all this stuff and then eventually get it to a point where you're winning with Victini for some star. So, yeah, pretty standard Blacephalon deck. I like it. It's a deck that I'm familiar with, and with just a bunch of new toys to make it more consistent and more powerful and more potent in the meta that we're currently in. Alright, but moving on to my baby right here. This deck is probably the deck that I'm most excited about to start really testing with and making minor perfections to. I got this list from Azul, I think, a really good deck profiler in the world of Pokemon. I think I made one tweak, to the skateboard switch count. I think he played 3 switch. I'm playing 3 skateboard because I'm more afraid of like stuff. I'm less afraid of Absol maybe than he was. I do, however, love the double Mimikyu in here because it's really good against ADP Zacian, because you can instantly KO a Zacian with this because he's not resistant to Psychic. Also, it's really good against ADP because you can use their attacks against them, and Copycat is one of those things that like your opponent just forgets about, and like if they do a broken attack, like say Cramorant, like if you're facing an opposing Cramorant and they use Spit Shot and they do 160, you can do the same attack but for 2 energy instead of 3. So that's why it's really cool. We have normal techs that I used to play in here like Latios. Love this card. It's an amazing card against any Mewtwo deck. It really is your win con against it, which is actually really awesome. Other than that, we just have a new consistency card in Professor's Research, as well as Ordinary Rod and Quick Ball. Just make this deck even more consistent than it used to be. I was a big fan of Malamar before Sword and Shield, and I think I'm even a bigger fan of it post Sword and Shield because it's a really simple deck, really cheap to build, and I'm really liking its place in the format. It's kind of a check to a lot of the big decks out there. I do think the Mill matchup's a little bit harder maybe than it should be, but by running the double Mimikyu, you can actually copy resource management a lot easier and just constantly get back your switches and your skateboards and your energies and your stadiums and stuff like that to try and beat them that way, and your Mew. Just recycle that over and over again until you take as many knockouts as you need. And of course, you have cards like Blacephalon, which are busted. And I do love the decrease of Giratina to 1, because Giratina's always been one of those cards where if you start it with Malamar, you're just like, am I gonna lose this game? And when you do that with your start, it kind of makes you like go, ugh, the deck sucks. But now I feel like the deck has no real bad starter other than Giratina, and Giratina is a one copy, so it like never happens, which is really, really nice. Other than that, I really recommend this deck. It's a bit harder to play than Blacephalon. I say a bit, I mean a lot. But if you can get used to it and you can get more consistent with it, and you like the way it works in your format, I definitely think it'll be a deck to kind of see all throughout the format, even though the format has no more competitive nature, and this deck will die once the format change happens. But for now, just have some fun with it. Have some good sing siren songs with, you know, Malamar before it croaks, basically. I do like it. It is my current favorite one. This will probably be the deck that I'm playing most on streams. If you guys ever want to check me out on stream, be sure to follow me in Twitch. Links in the description below. I go live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, guys, with all that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sorry it took probably a little bit longer than maybe you thought. Mill decks be mill decks. But anyway, guys, as always, I've been your true champion, Steven. Thank you so much for stopping by. Always remember to work hard, rest easy, and live well. And I'll see you all next time. Peace out.